Welcome to episode 11 of the Mainly Wrestling Show. I am once again Jack Milner, joined by the incomparable Lissy Almeida, not you, John, and John Jacobs. We're here to we'll have try something else at the end of the show. We're going to go back and watch some old Ring of Honor from Lissy and ours. Can we call it childhood? We're both teenagers, right? So
no. Our glory days.
2007 was, oh my god, the Briscoes are running a rough shot in Ring of Honor. But I was going to say, lads, it's been a while. Lissy, you've been on our green and pleasant land in London. How was it?
I wasn't just in London. Like it's just a weekend.
Okay, so where were you? Tell the fan viewers out there, where were you?
My friend and I visited Lisbon, Ibiza, and then we went to Italy. Stop it.
That coastal championship wrestling money, I'm telling you. Ring announcing.
And then we ended the trip.
Shout out to Miss King, by the way, on Dynamite. Great showing yesterday.
But yeah, it's been some time.
John, have you been doing anything interesting? Changing nappies?
You know me, buddy. Do change a lot of nappies on a day-to-day basis. Have my daughter's first birthday party. That was a thing that happened. And sleeping a lot, as much as they'll allow. It's been good.
I saw the ball pull out for that party and did a wonderful job, by the way, just in case anyone questions my party exploits. Yeah, it's been and wrestling wise, the three of us all watched Dynamite since last night. There's been a lot of as Michael Sidgwick would say, that the wrestling discourse is always a fun place on Twitter. My mouth dropped for two things, right? Machine Guns are going to debut All Out, and then Moxley beating Punk in 3 minutes. I still have no idea what to make of it. But I've seen people shit on it saying it's the worst thing. Tony Khan's been on the Colombian marching powder. He's having rah-rah speeches back. This is WCW from like the Russo era. What say you, John?
It's unlike AEW. Like when you've got two massive names in a TV main event, even though it didn't go in the main event on Raw or SmackDown, you kind of know these days it's not going to go to a proper finish. There's going to be some schmoz. There's going to be some run-in, DQ, something that's going to lead to a false finish, and then we'll see it properly at the pay-per-view. But when this was announced for Dynamite, it was just really weird. Everyone was like, what the fuck's going on? What's going to be the main event of the pay-per-view then? What on earth is happening? Didn't expect it to be some 3-minute squash, but in a way...
What did you expect, John? I tell you, from my perspective, WWE training, I thought main event, because of DQ finish, and they running back at the pay-per-view in a week and a half.
Yeah, but AEW have trained us not to expect that from them, right?
I thought, yeah.
So I genuinely thought we'd get a proper match. I thought CM Punk was going to win. Seems to be some backstage stuff. Seems to be an injury angle. It's weird, but it's quite fun that in 2022, when everyone knows everything, we're sitting here like we know fuck all. What the hell is happening? You know, in one sense, like if I'd stayed up to watch that live, I'd be disappointed. But I am intrigued to see where we go next and what's going to happen at All Out. Because at the minute, All Out, I mean, you've got FTR, their best tag team, not in a tag match, just thrown into a trios match. You've got no main event. You've got a seemingly predictable trios tournament where the easy teams are going to go over. And then some good-looking grudge matches with Christian versus Jungle Boy and Starks versus Hobbs. And a casino ladder match, which we trust will be good. Apart from that, we're a couple of weeks out, and I can't say I'm super excited about how things are looking. So
it's going to be okay, guys.
I trust them. Like, you know, you look at the people involved here. You've got CM Punk, Jon Moxley, and Tony Khan. Those are three people. If you said
you just listen to the One Culture review,
no,
that's exactly what Michael Sidgwick said. He said, I've got full faith, given the three people involved, CM Punk, Tony Khan, Jon Moxley, that this will be fine. If it doesn't, I'll fucking rip the head off them, because if this goes wrong, it could potentially ruin the company.
There you go. I mean, Michael Sidgwick's the same person that said Chad Gable is the best wrestler on Raw right now. So me and him, we know what's going on.
You're basically the same person.
Two kids, wrestling podcast. Yeah, exactly, eloquently. Listen, what do you mean? Listen, I mean, first of all, do you think that angle was legit last night? Punk, or was Punk injured? Did they have to call like an audible and finish it early?
Honestly, because for whatever reason, as a normal person who, watches this programming pretty frequently, I really wasn't like super paying attention those first couple minutes, and maybe not as much as I should have. And then it happened, and I'm just like, wait, something is wrong here. So because it felt off, and I think it kind of, maybe that was their intention, right? Leaving you thinking, is Punk really hurt? Is he not able to, be clear right now? Is Moxley just the man, and that's who's going to be leading? I don't know. I mean, I would personally just bring Kenny back into the main event picture, give him his belt back.
But he's in the trio. He's going to be the trio's main event, right?
I know, and that's the thing too. It's funny because can we all agree? What was that other belt that they started a few, God knows how long ago, the All Atlantic or whatever belt?
I call it Mid Atlantic, but that's just I love the wrestling. Bro, I know
Is that belt still around?
Yeah, he's been defending it across the world. I think he's had a defense.
Do you know, it's like I think basically it makes him like an AEW ambassador, right? I'm going to go to this. Okay. I'm going to go to this promotion in Newcastle and defend it there, and I'm going to go to I go into the accent, right?
Okay, cool, it's basically sure. But I mean, I think like the trios title, that's the belt that we've been waiting for. So I am like really excited and optimistic for that. But I know you said this, but it is giving WCW vibes right now because you just don't really know where things are going. But I have faith, guys. I'm trying to have faith, and I'm excited to see the rivalry between Hobbs and Ricky Starks. I think having the best friends turn on each other type of vibe always kind of brings gold. So there's some stuff underneath all of the chaos and the drama. There's some gold under there. But like I said, last night was probably one of the better episodes that I've seen in some time. But in contrast, I feel like WWE is just like on fire right now too. So it kind of like it hurts to watch AEW a little bit. Sorry.
And that's you wearing your AEW hoodie as well.
I love AEW. I love them. I love everybody.
I love all wrestling, right?
I love all wrestling. I don't want to have to
as well. Everyone as well. The thing for me, I just didn't get it. So John and I are in a different time zone, right? So I was able to watch it last week because I flew to the UK and our flight was really delayed on the Wednesday night. So I landed about 2:00 in the morning and it was just starting. So I thought, I'm going to stay up. That extra 1 hour makes a big difference. Like, I'd have to stay up too late. So I think it was 1:00 and it started in London, whatever. But I came back and watched it this morning and I went straight to like 1:52. I thought I'm just going to skip to the main event. And there's some trios match. What the fuck is this? Go to the start and it's Jericho coming out. I'm like, Go to like 48, there's nothing. And I actually started going really slowly through, right? And at 1:00, like 1 hour, JR, let's get it on. I'm like, oh, this is tremendous. It's only 5 minutes. Like, and then obviously, like the stupid idea was to go into Twitter and start seeing all the rumors and people saying, well, this is politics and it's because Punk hates him and he hates him and he's not going to lose to him. Like, he's injured. The drama backstage has been tremendous the last few weeks. Everyone's trying to get their spot, brother.
Well, I think, do you think it's over? I mean, obviously, like that's a big piece of it, right? Everybody's trying to get their spot, but like I think that there's just, when people see that there's no direction, it causes that chaos, right? Where you're like, what about me? What's for me? Where am I going next? Like if you've seen other people kind of like be built up through the ranks and, put in the spotlight and being given title shots and stuff like that, I think it gives people that, ease or peace of mind to be like, oh, I'm going to be next, or, my turn's going to come. But I think that there's not a lot of directional stability, and that's probably what's kind of shaking things up back there too.
I mean, the biggest point of that is FTR probably been the hottest tag team for the last 6 months, right? They've not wrestled on Dynamite in, I want to say, 9 weeks.
And you've got to think, look, there's just more important acts out there on Dynamite at the moment. The likes of Colton Gunn and Billy Gunn. Colton Gunn and Billy Gunn, they've got to get their time on Dynamite. You understand the situation.
The ass boys.
You can't prioritize FTR over Billy Gunn.
Honorable mention, Billy Gunn looks amazing.
I couldn't give a fuck. I'm so sick of that story. Like, I'm not taking anything away from him.
Listen, you look amazing, Down. You shouldn't be on Dynamite. No offense, not yet anyway. Justin's doing a great job. But no, I mean, FTR should have been headlining this main event with the Young Bucks, and I don't care what anyone says. They've derailed it for their own selfish plans. Should have been FTR winning the match for all the gold in the main event. The Young Bucks said in 2019, we're going to make tag team wrestling mean something again. It's going to be Swerve and Keith Lee, right? Two guys just put together. We challenged. They went and saved some team that got beat up, then challenged them to a match at the pay-per-view. That's not how tag team championships work. I'm sorry. Disgrace.
Stupid. And I like the Acclaimed. I really like the Acclaimed, and I really like Swerve and Keith Lee.
Very good, yeah.
But that's just not how you build a title match at a big pay-per-view.
If you're a tag team, right, why are you jeopardizing your tag belts? I want to have a match with you guys. I want to have a match with you guys. Sorry, Keith, not for me. I'll take the win.
Can I raise my hand for a second? Also, because AEW is not the type of company that has a pay-per-view every month, right? So I think that's another thing that we look at too, where if you are having a pay-per-view, you have 3 months to build those stories, to create magic, and also their pay-per-views are long as hell, 4 or 5 hours long. So like you have, several months to build. And even like you said, like with the tag belts, like I think Keith Lee and Swerve, I think they're doing amazing together, but yeah, they were tossed in, but like there really hasn't been a lot of like just development around the belts at all. And it's like, where are we going with that? Is now, I feel like the tag belts might be taking even kind of a backseat to the trios belts now, depending on how things go. Let's see.
I mean, yeah, it's like a Jim Cornette stance, but yeah, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega have made the trios title mean more because they're involved in it. And you could argue it means more because and that's their cachet, right? Because they're involved in it, it means that more rather than Swerve and Keith Lee against the Acclaimed for the coveted tag team titles. Like, again, you go back to the peak of like the late 80s WWF tag titles, right? It was the Hart Foundation.
Ooh.
And the Rockers and Antulli and Demolition and
the glory days.
This wouldn't be treated like that. It's just, we're going to make tag team wrestling great again. No red hats.
Do it. I'm here for it.
Speaking of great tag team wrestling, you're going to jump
have you been watching WWE at all?
I've been keeping up with it. I've been watching bits and pieces here and there, and I'm intrigued by.
Is Triple H our Lord and Savior? Is he the next second coming of Jesus Christ?
No, although everyone thinks that he is. But there's been a marked improvement. There's been a marked improvement, and giving credit where credit is due. It's not perfect. I still don't think it's as good as AEW, but because there has been such an improvement from what we did have, everyone's happy, which is good.
They say I haven't been watching, and clearly John hasn't. Egypt just 21. Fill us in what we've been missing. I mean, I did watch one thing, and that was Trish's return, and my God, that woman ages like a beyond the fine line. That's a...
She doesn't. You mean she doesn't age? No, she looks amazing. I actually, I was flying back this Monday. I haven't caught up yet, on WWE, but I've kept track on socials and stuff like that. I think that the overall tone is that everybody's happy. It's peachy keen over there, guys.
It's such a contrast, right?
It's quite funny, actually. Imagine me telling you 6 months ago that you'd be confident that Johnny Gargano will be better booked in WWE than he will be in AEW, because you look at the situation of the likes of Miro or Andrade or any of these guys that did well on NXT, and everyone was excited about, and even maybe I think Claudio's done okay, but there's certain people who's like, what are they doing with them? Whereas Gargano in WWE, Triple H is a huge fan, and he's going to get a good spot, and he's going to be treated well.
JJ, is it not a worry though, like for all the gripes that you level at Vince about booking his favourites and looking after his boys? Triple H has brought back his Ciampa's, right, been thrown into the mix, right? Gargano, he's brought back Killer Cross. And
hands up one more time. I've reached my maximum surprise NXT Black and Gold pop-ups for some time. Like, no, because you guys, okay, we're going through the same thing with AEW.
Make Shayna Baszler great again, right?
Yeah, that every week, oh, I have a big announcement. Like that, like, and I know that
fucking guy. No, wrong guy.
Fucking guy. Like, it's not because they don't announce it, but
on YouTube.
It's like every week there's a new, there's that new pop up, and it's cool and stuff like that. But I feel like we've hit the good number. We've hit a sweet spot. Leave it so that we have time for some more surprises down the road.
Bray Wyatt next week.
Have you seen the tampering of contracts? Like, I think that's going to burst as well.
Yeah, was it Jericho? Is that what we're assuming? There was Jericho.
Oh no, Dave Meltzer was saying there's like 5 or 6 who've reached out. Bruce Pritchard has been named as like one of the guys saying, and Cody said, to be fair, like Bruce was the first one that reached out and said, if you're not happy there, how about you? This
is life. This is business. People are gonna.
The girl I work with has gone to a competitor, right? And they message her saying, would you fancy coming across? That's normal.
Come on. Like, get over it.
This is, AEW are going to use this as not leverage, but like a PR win, right? They're trying to get our guys, and we're just little old ours. And as Michael Hamflett says, right, there are no babyface billionaires. Regardless of what you want to say, there are no babyface billionaires.
Say that.
And it's all just political point scoring at this point. But yeah, Jericho's alluded to it, saying they've already been asking me about my situation.
Not surprised.
What is his situation?
I mean, he's been happily married for 20 years.
Stop it.
He's a massively right-wing nut. When did they sign? They had the big press launch in early 2019, right? And then they had All Out in the summer, and then Dynamite launched in September.
Okay.
And I think they were all on 3-year deals or 4-year deals with an extension. Because MJF always talks about the war of 2024, right? He becomes a free agent on the 1st of January 2024.
Where is he?
The longer he stays away, the more his value continues to go like that.
Oh, I miss that man. We'll
see. I think we will either see him at Grand Slam in Queens or Queens.
Can you believe he wrestled fucking Brian Pillman Jr. there last year?
What a match.
What a waste of that man.
Like, my thing is with, I hate to say it like this, but realistically, who has AEW built?
Ricky Starks,
right? Like, because I think I'm just thinking of like right now, there's a lot of, I think that might be some points of contention, right? You're bringing in the Punks, you have all these guys that were already like established outside that are kind of like
Revival, the
right
Young Bucks were already made. Kenny was IWJP champion. I
think the big ones.
Wardlow,
Starks and Hobbs, Jungle Boy.
Britt Baker,
but they're all in the mid card.
By the way, one of the reasons I want to do the live stream because I'm going to pop my tits off when Jamie Hayter becomes the new women's champion next Sunday.
Do you think that's happening?
I think she becomes women's champion, and Britt Baker will be really nice about it, and then she's going to take her. One of them is going to take each. I think Britt attacks Jamie, and then that's the match for the next pay-per-view.
That's the end of the.
If I'm going back to, again, WWF back in the 80s was booked brilliantly in 3-month cycles to pay-per-view to pay-per-view. Someone would be Friday's friend, like the Rockers turning, right?
Yeah.
So simple. slow build, 2-3 months, gradually, I'm a bit pissed off at you, blah, blah, and then, and then 6 weeks later. Look at the Mega Powers, right? Mega Powers explode over 12 months. Hogan and Andre over 12 months.
It's long-term storytelling. But like the women's division right now
is dog shit.
I feel terribly for Thunder Rosa because she's probably had like the least eventful title run like just ever. And
is that not partly due to her though?
Yeah, I know, but like it sucks because I feel like she had a lot of momentum going up into it, and then it just it is what it is. But I'm also, I know I told you guys this, I'm really not a fan of these interim champions. Like if she's forfeiting the title, just forfeit the title.
But Lissy, she said at the start, I'm relinquishing the title.
Yeah.
And then she said, I'm going to be like the interim, there's someone else is going to be the interim champion. Like, what?
There's no interim in my book, okay?
Bring back Jack Tunney. He won't take this shit. You've got 30 days to defend the belt. If you're not around, you're stripped.
That's it.
That's what they used to have on Mid-Atlantic as well.
I love that.
It's so simple.
Is it, Jack? Is it?
Go on, JJ.
I don't mind the interim stuff. I appreciate it's something that we're not necessarily used to as wrestling fans, but I think it's a neat and tidy way to deal with these situations that come up. And, at least they're consistent with it. It's not a situation like in WWE where it's like, you've got 30 days to defend your title, unless you're Brock, then don't worry about it. We'll leave it.
JJ, you're a man of equal opportunities. What do you make of the women's division? Like somebody pointed out, Shida was somehow thrown into this four-way, and she came out to run out because why not? First time she'd been on Dynamite in 4 months. How does that make any sense?
It's a fucking shit show, isn't it? We've seen the amazing matches that these women can put on. Like,
do we have a time check for that? Because that's a brilliant line. That it's just a fucking shit show.
Like the Thunder Britt Baker match was brilliant.
The Deep Shida series was tremendous.
Yeah. Even the what was it? There was like a crazy Anything Goes match that main evented a Rampage some time ago with.
It was JJ against
Penelope.
The bunny,
yes. Like, they can do amazing matches, but they just don't get given anything, do they? It's like Thunder Rosa won his title and then had about 20 minutes on television in the next 2 months or something ridiculous like that. It's like,
someone made the point when Punk relinquished the belt, right? He opened up Rampage and said, take as much time as you want. When Thunder Rosa relinquished the belt, she's got 2 minutes to Tony in the back.
In the back?
Yeah. Thunder Rosa.
It's not even 2 minutes. It was like 45 seconds. There's no respect.
Bloody women taking up too much time. Who would you have as the next champion? Tony?
Yeah.
She does nothing numbers-wise on ratings.
None of them do anything numbers-wise on ratings because none of them get given any fucking time. The only person
do you not think, though, with Tony Storm, with Tony Storm, for example, I don't think AEW has done anything to tell you who she is, where she's from, her experience and motivations, why she wrestling AEW.
I think if Tony Storm, I know, she left, she was unhappy, etc. But the way that she left, I feel like if she hung on a little bit longer, she would be just miles ahead right now in the August 2022 version of WWE. Like she would be in such a good spot right now.
And like you look at Ruby as well, like another person who was like, I'm not happy with how I'm being booked to WWE. Let's go over there. Oh, I'm not even on TV.
JJ, she main evented with Britt at Martha Ashe, didn't she, last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, like they come here to wrestle on dark.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Oh wow.
It's frustrating.
We're just collecting nice things. We're not using them.
So many innuendos. I won't even go there, right? But as a treat for your perseverance through this nonsense, JJ, have you clicked on the link I've sent you?
I've got it loaded. Ring of Honor 2007 all pack, and we're going to be watching.
Don't dodgy side, don't. Ixnay on the tube, you name.
Good times, great memories.
Right, so good times, great memories. Fucking hell, man, JJ.
I have it open
Right,
now.
pull down.
I'm ready.
Right, so this was Colt Cabana's send-off. The Colt Cabana that's just been shipped off to Ring of Honor because CM Punk can't have him in the bloody company. And how dare he be friends with Hangman Page? Get him out of the way. Coward in his hometown. So this was Colt Cabana's send-off before he signed a developmental deal with WWE, where he would soon become Scotty Goldman, being a Jew, and be sacked inside 6 months. But on the undercard, it was the Briscoe brothers, who were the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions on a 6-month run at this point, against the Murder City Machine Guns. The name had to get changed for TNA reasons. But Alex Shelley attacked the Briscoes 6 weeks early in Detroit, their hometown, which led to this match. And this was Chicago. Lissy, would you say around this time, Chicago was Ring of Honor's? They had the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York, which they had Glory by Honor, and they had like Manhattan Mayhem. But Chicago was a big deal for Ring of Honor shows, 06, 07.
Philly, Chicago.
Philly as well, yeah.
Those two.
But it was born in Philly, wasn't it? And then that's why they had the Cage of Death against the CZW feud, and I think the first pay-per-view, I think Danielson McGuinness was filmed in Philly and then put on the first pay-per-view. JJ, we've got to go. If we went back and watched this, you would absolutely love this era of Ring of Honor.
Would love it.
I would love it. Right, you've got to go and get 3 points from them. But okay, we'll put the link in the comments. I know no one's watching.
Will we? This is exclusive ting.
I don't know that I can use the word tings, but
yes, say it. Say ting.
It's a London ting. I'm far too. Look at me. I can't say the word tings. And
Why,
Mrs. Camber, that's only because Irish people can't say because I'm so uncool, Lissy. Because I'm uncool.
You have the hat on today and it's backwards. You are the definition of cool.
My barb was on holiday and my hair is fluffier than a kitten right now. And it's made me realise I need to shave my head. And I'm just back from the gym and I'm very sweaty. We're going to clear in 3, 2, 1. 221.45, and you have. Oh my God! This is such nostalgia.
Wow, Jack is.
By the way, in terms of ring announcing, listen, you could do a lot worse than trying to emulate like Bobby Cruz.
What are you talking about?
I said Bobby Cruz is brilliant.
Oh, I thought you said I could do a lot worse.
Oh my God, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley in 2007 were the absolute fucking tits. Alex Shelley was so. I can't believe Alex Shelley never got a big deal anyway. He was so brilliant.
He was so young here. He was like 20 years old. 22 or something. He was a baby.
So JJ, right? Ring of Honor 2005, 2004. Alex Shelley is the leader of a stable called Generation Next. Austin Aries, Roderick Strong, Jack Evans, Alex Shelley. Alex Shelley's the leader, and they turn on him. Oh my God, nobody knows about this era of wrestling. They turn on him and kick him out the group. Aries wins the world title, beating Samoa Joe in an unbelievable match, Final Battle 2004. The finishing sequence where Aries beats Joe is just, oh my God.
Are they chanting "Welcome back"?
So in 2005. TNA started pulling all their talent from Ring of Honor shows. Previously, they had a working agreement. Rob Feinstein thing, I'm not going to go into that here. Pulled talent, carried on working in 05, 06. And at the start of 2007, they started pulling everyone full time. So this is why Alex Shelley hadn't been in Ring of Honor since April, May 2006.
Right.
But before then, he was like a big deal.
That
is the Confederate bandana, I believe Jay Briscoe sporting. And that's why you're not going to see him on AEW Dynamite anytime soon. That and a flurry of homophobic tweets in his tweet history.
You know what it is? They're from Delaware. And that's all I got to say.
I think they're from a family of chicken farmers. Is that correct?
They are from Delaware. If you've ever been...
Isn't Delaware like the Northeast, though? It's next to Maryland, right?
Location doesn't matter, my friend. Rubbish is rubbish.
Like, it's down there when you're, you know.
It's like the land God forgot, honestly. It is.
They've been fairly apologetic about bad things that they've said and done in the past, right?
Again, Cornette told the story really well, saying Jay was not from around here. He was trying to get through New York traffic to get to a Ring of Honor show, and apparently he was in the middle of a pride parade. And he went on and just put a very stupid tweet on his Twitter about the traffic problems. All these so-and-so's causing the delays.
But that's like a little aggressive, though, because like you kind of go out of your way to tweet something. So that's why, like, this is not about him personally, just in general. I really don't accept people's apologies when they say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I tweeted this." Those were your thoughts. You took time to write them. You could have left them in the drafts, as my friend Lenny says. A lot of stuff that people tweet can stay in the draft.
I mean, listen, I lost a job through Twitter 4 years ago, and I was very apologetic. So I disagree on that one. But
I just think, like, you said it, you meant it. It is what it is. Yeah, you're sorry. You're sorry because it upset people, not because you said it.
I think that people can change their opinions, right? And
yes, people learn and they mature. He was a young guy from Delaware at the time, right?
Agree.
2010.
Agree. I agree, but not like the next day. I mean, sometime later.
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alex Shelley. Oh my God. Honestly, I've watched this match, I want to say 20 times. John, if you are disappointed, just go and find a new nursery.
What?
I actually, do you know, I missed John. We passed each other 2 days ago, and I was really late because I'd forgot his. Did I forget his something spoons or something stupid? So I was really late, and I wasn't even paying attention. She went, "You're right," I'm like, "You're right, sorry."
I know how it is, buddy.
I did it today. I forgot his school bag, like idiot. Yeah, in 2007. It's so weird that they are, again, 15 years on, FTR have faced one, and they're going to face another one.
Ooh.
Shows the longevity of both sides.
Ooh.
I find it hard at a point like this where I want to sit and watch the match and take in what I'm being told, the story that they're telling, but I also want to engage with you guys, you know.
You just fill in with lunch. I'll fill you in with like useless Ring of Honor trivia from around this time.
I'll just sit here quietly and enjoy the show.
So 2007, right? That's when the Briscoes became the franchise of Ring of Honor. So they were big deal. They wrestled pretty much underage in like 02 or 03. Jay Briscoe wrestled the Classic with Samoa Joe at our best cage match where he bled like what's the phrase? Bled like a stuck pig. That's an American phrase, right? Yeah. Right, okay. It was nice slaps. And that was the first show after TNA had pulled all their talent from Ring of Honor shows. So I think they lost AJ, they lost Daniels. They tried to bring Punk, and Punk said, "Fuck you. If you make me choose, I'm going to pick Ring of Honor." And pretty soon after, Punk became the head of the head trainer of the wrestling school.
You know what I will say, though? The Briscoes have done a really great job over the years at like continuing to reinvent themselves, because like they've had so many different versions, but they continue to grow, and like, I mean, they're still fairly young.
Yeah, I think that even like here, they're only 22, 23.
Yeah,
like they were wrestling underage.
A lot of miles to go.
Yeah.
They look almost unrecognizable to me here compared to what I know them like now, right?
Yeah, the hair. I think somebody's missing a lot more teeth now.
Mark had his 2 teeth knocked out, and he got concussed, and I think he might have lost it during the Shooting Star Press or something. I know there's something really scary around this time, but so they came back in 2006. there's an unbelievable match with Austin Aries and Roderick Strong, who were the champions at the time. At Unified, again, a show we should one time watch. That's the one with Danielson beats McGuinness with the elbows, and it's that's the corner bump. Great spot by Chris Sabin. So I'm really out of the two of these, you'd have never thought Chris Sabin would have been TNA World Champion. Alex Shelley wouldn't.
Wow, remember that? And then he got the little rubby rub from the Hulkster. I was there.
That's when I stopped watching TNA as well.
I was there. I distinctly recall. Yes. I was just like, what is happening here?
What is happening? I can't wait till Lissy gets her own brand of t-shirts out, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I know where these phrases came from.
They're all from
Would
this
never
show.
happen.
Can't think of anything worse than getting an old rubby rub from Hulk.
Like JJ, put a bit of noise in the crowd. But wait, we can track this, can't we?
Oh, JJ.
If I remember even how to do this anymore.
Getting a little rubby rub from Alex right now.
There you go. Getting a little head rub.
Right, so JJ, you've seen a bit of that. So Alex Shelley's chain wrestling is unbelievable.
Top tier.
And but is it just me? We don't see that type of wrestling anymore.
No.
What about with the pure wrestling Wheeler Yuta Ring of Honor Championship? You get a little bit of that.
Oh, let me track them. Ignore that. Let me track this. This is what I was supposed to be recording. The first ones to really bring back which Kevin Steen would take. He's called Kevin Owens. Sorry, you know what I mean.
I don't even know where that came from.
I know. I know.
Call him the name that he was referred to here.
Kevin Steen.
Yeah.
2007, Kevin Steen against the Briscoes are the best series of tag matches I've ever seen in my entire life.
I loved him in ROH. He was a savage there.
Kevin Steen and El Generico, who you know as Sami Zayn.
Oh.
You know, Michael did Michael Cole reference El Generico on Raw recently?
Did he? Michael Cole on SmackDown?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
I did see that, and SmackDown went mental. Like, they're talking about wrestlers that aren't even from here.
Which is why it's quite funny with this whole big Daniel Garcia storyline, where Jericho's like, you're a sports entertainer. They're not even saying that anymore on the other show.
Yeah, it's so fucking cheap. Be the bigger person. I don't get it.
I think it's great.
And Garcia comes across as just a really shit actor.
What?
Yeah.
I thought he was brilliant this week on Dynamite.
I'm not going to do this. No.
I think you're being harsh.
I think
Danielson was great. When Dragon was just there laughing in the ring, that really tickled me.
I thought they told the story really nicely that the reason Garcia was upset, as much as he's indebted to Jericho, is that Danielson's been his idol is the reason that he is wrestling, and that moment was huge to him. They don't often make those points so explicit sometimes. Sometimes they leave a lot of stuff out, and you'll have to infer certain things. I thought that he did really well, especially for someone who people say can't speak. I think he got his point across really well. Not necessarily that he can't speak, but like his strength is in ring, right? Not necessarily on the mic.
It's also I'm just I get the hyper on him. It just doesn't do it for me. For someone with my the irony, right? I love that exchange by Jay Briscoe and Alex Shelley. I find him a bit boring.
Who do you find boring?
Garcia.
Really?
Yeah.
I think he's a good wrestler. I think he was put into that little faction with. We're also tired of the Jericho factions too.
Yeah,
so
I think it's just a little too soon.
Yeah.
I'm not. I think 2.0 are amazing. I think Garcia is amazing.
No, I think he's a great wrestler. I just think getting put. There's a lot of people in that group right now too. It's a lot.
Yeah, I think Garcia is such a nice, such a cool juxtaposition being in that group.
Yeah.
Because he is such a good technial wrestler, and I think they played him out really well. But I've enjoyed it.
No, he is. I don't think I've enjoyed the overall Jericho Appreciation Society, but I enjoy like him individually. Yeah.
Yeah. Some of it's been a lot, like
yes,
the war game stuff or whatever you want to call it.
Like, you know what I would love to see? Like, you know how Regal right now, he has the Blackpool Combat Club, right? But obviously he's not wrestling. He's kind of doing that coach role. I would love to see Jericho, you know, take these young guys under his wing and like just do the coach. He doesn't need to.
The problem is, right, what I figure is, bless you.
Thank you.
In every program like this, Jericho will ultimately want the spotlight to be on him eventually.
That's what I'm saying.
But you know, this is leading to him versus
shining.
Garcia. With Garcia probably goes over and goes, Jericho goes, see that? I helped make him.
Well, this is the problem, right? You had this whole thing between Garcia and Jericho. What's it building to? A match at the pay-per-view for Jericho.
Yeah,
Garcia's not at the pay-per-view.
Same with MJF.
Same
with MJF, right? When he came into the inner circle, it was the same with him and Eddie Kingston. He thought Eddie Kingston was getting super over. I want part of that, and then I'd say, hey, look at me and Eddie doing this program. Eddie was over. He didn't need you. I remember I was in Malaga around last November, December, and
Malaga.
Sidgwick and Hamlet called this saying Eddie's getting super over. Jericho wants some of the Eddie rub, and then it led to a program where fucking Jericho went over in the end anyway.
Yep.
And you, I mean, if you read the reports yesterday, right, the big rah-rah speech before Dynamite with Jericho, Kenny, the Bucks, and Punk all like, come on, guys, we're all in this together. Well, you guys all get the big spotlight and the shine. The ones like, where was Paige yesterday? Wait,
did you guys? I don't know.
Paige got buried in his hometown last week by Punk, saying, "Come on, Adam Page, get out here, coward."
Did you see the genius way they handled it and being the elite?
I did say that. Get out here. We're trying to get on. Was it being sexy?
Yeah, he was basically doing like a training montage in the back with the Dark Order ahead of their trios tournament, and
that was it. There's four of us, idiot.
Whoa, the Dark Order is still around.
Yeah, they're going to be in the finals of the trios. You've got to watch CCE. He's not involved. I think he's gone. I don't think you'll see him wrestling on AEW again.
Yeah.
Would you consider that as really bad form?
Well, I don't know the reasons why, but it is. I don't think you can say it's because of
John.
I don't think you can say it's because of Punk, because it's not like before Punk was in, Colt Cabana was like high up the card or anything. He's always just been like a lower card, nice addition, small part of the Dark Order.
You don't think done anything on AEW? You think Colt Cabana being out of the ring was
doing in there to begin with? I really feel like they just stuck him in there one week and that was it.
What did he ever do in AEW before CM Punk was there?
Nothing.
Right, so it's not like CM Punk's come in and gone, no, stop pushing this guy, because they weren't pushing that guy.
No, I don't think that the two have any type of connection, to be very honest with you. He was stuck with the Dark Order randomly one week, and then it
was kind of a good story, right? Brody Lee was brainwashing him and just
yeah, but I don't think like Colt, just collect your check.
Oh, the face wash.
Collect your check.
You're missing out on a great match, by the way.
Oh wow.
I'm not. I'm watching it.
That JJ, if you like this match, we'll see by the end of it. There are so many matches from this era, like one of the best absolute bangers that no one will ever talk about is so the first Ring of Honor like pay-per-view, wasn't it? Pay-per-view. It was like a DVD release. Respect is Earned. They had Morishima and Danielson against if I got this right, let's see. Morishima and Danielson against Kenta and Nigel McGuinness. Anyway, the match that stole the show was the Briscoes against Claudio Castagnoli and Matt Sydal, which was just a complete. I'm not one for a spot fest, right? As you know, give me Dax
You know.
Howard working it up like Ann Anderson. But that match was unreal.
Mm.
Well,
And,
that's what, when you said earlier, you're like, they don't really wrestle matches like this anymore. It's like
this match is 40 minutes.
every match is like, spot, spot, spot. No sell, spot.
I really liked Dax versus I know you don't like Jay Lethal, JJ, but I liked their match yesterday.
JJ loves Jay Lethal.
Fuck off. Sanjay Dutt with the pencil in his ear. What is he? A Sparky? Fuck off.
Oh my god.
You done? Or
You can't break at the end. You're the straight man. One of the best things where, like, they say, I know you're not one for like British. Some Morecambe Wise are tremendous, right? One of their famous skits is something called Andre Previn, and they're like, they say they get a very serious conduction. The thing is, right, none of this has to be funny at all. It's just us bollocking you. As soon as you break character, the thing is over. And they had to get it on, like, I think the third take, because he just kept breaking. He goes, no, this isn't funny. Picks him up by his lapels.
Yeah, but JJ, it's JJ versus Jay Lethal forever. We already know. It's murder beef.
yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
And you know what? Fuck Bryce Remsburg.
Screw Eddie Kingston. Where's Miro? Where was Miro this week?
Oh no, he will show up on Rampage somewhere.
I never
Or
watched
Dark.
Rampage.
Spoilers.
Or Dark.
Okay. No, I mean he genuinely. I've read the Rampage spoilers.
Nice elbow.
He's there.
And that's the hot tag to Jay Briscoe. We don't get hot tags anymore.
Damn, they don't make them like this anymore.
So old.
Oh,
I'm just, it's 80, it's bash season, right? So I'm going back watching a lot of 1988 Jim Crockett, where Anne is just. By the way, the day of filming is the 25th of August. This is the 25th anniversary of Arn Anderson's retirement speech, where she said, where he gives Kurt Hennig my spot as the enforcer officially retires. And what happens the week after? Kevin Nash dresses up as a bald, fat guy with a cooler of beer, and they all mock it and laugh at him.
I saw someone say, speaking of Kevin Nash, I saw someone say, was this match the equivalent to the Finger Poker Doom? I'm like, come on, guys.
Come on. No.
Bit of an overreaction, right?
No. Not even close. Come on.
Right.
JJ, I've got a question for you. In 2 weeks' time, who's the AEW World Champion?
Jon Moxley.
Lissy?
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
I wouldn't bet on it right now.
I think it's.
Yeah, your man got odds for it.
Yeah.
No, I think it's going to stay on Mox for a bit, actually.
Do you not think Punk, again, All Out's in Chicago?
Punk
Yeah, but
is the big baby face. If he goes in there with an injury, right, selling the leg.
is he able? No, is he actually cleared to wrestle right now?
It's a work, brother.
I don't know.
But, by the way, Punk's selling was tremendous.
Yeah.
Tremendous.
I don't know. I'm just having a hard time. I mean, obviously, it's going to be in his hometown.
Guys by the machine guns.
But, like, do you always have to please the hometown?
No, that's what I mean. Last week,
Yeah.
CM Punk called out Adam Cole, and then called Adam Cole.
Yeah, but
Where's
that wasn't booked. So that's not Tony Khan booking. That's just Punk going.
Where's
into business for
Adam
himself.
Page? And then he kind of went into business for himself. But that was interesting, right? The apology has to be the equivalent of the disrespect, right?
Yes.
What's happened?
Poor Hangman. I feel so bad for him. Like,
He's being treated like utter shit.
he's literally being treated.
Who's being
like
booked worse as a champion? Hangman Page or Thunder Rosa?
Thunder Rosa.
Thunder Rosa. Come on. No, but
Hangman,
think
don't
about
forget, Hangman had a match of the year candidate at the start of the year against
60-minute match with
Bryan.
Pretty sweet,
it. Yeah.
Oh, this is sweet. Watch this. Oh. Tag team wrestling.
Tag team wrestling, baby. We love to see it.
By the way, that referee there is unbelievably good, Tom Sinclair.
Oh, yes. Todd. Todd's the man.
Yeah.
Can I just say how stupid it is to put on a submission?
What a city stretch!
To put on a submission when in a tag match when the other guy's partner is like right in the ring behind you.
I'm all over that.
Doesn't
Like
make
a
any
tramp
sense.
on chips, like a
Let me get him in the Texas cloverleaf, but there's a guy right behind me who's just going to start chopping my head.
I'm all over that. Thank you.
Make it make sense.
Again, this is like this is Alex Shelley's talent. Generation Next, which was Generation Me. Generation Now. This was Chicago country. They've been going. What time did we say we started this? What time did I message you saying? 2:15? 2:21.
2:21.
We're 25 minutes into this. Yeah, that was Billy Gunn against his son, right? Went 7 minutes. Why am I watching? And again, I can't even tell which one of his sons is which. I know one's called Colt, the other one's called Austin. Is it Austin?
Austin and Colton.
I don't know which one's which.
Colton was the one that he fought yesterday.
Yes.
I couldn't. If I put me in a line out, I had no idea which one looks like over there.
It's like the Usos. We know they're twins, so we don't know. But these two are not twins.
That meme got a bit of heat, on Facebook.
What doesn't give people heat these days?
The funny thing was that people were commenting, "Oh, this is who is who." We're like, "No, we understand. We can figure that out if we need to." But genuinely, when they both come on screen, it's not like.
I think people forget that I actually just find memes and just reshare them because I find them funny.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god! Oh, I love that.
I mean, but they are twins.
Drags.
Like they are twins. Like that's fine.
Yeah.
The ass boys are not twins, but still can't tell them apart.
That's how you sent on.
Wow, what a match, huh?
Look at that standing room. Look at the crowds at the back. This was the old. I'm surprised you never went here, Lissy. I thought you might have ended up going down the old venue in Chicago. This was the same place. They had 3 shows back to back days. WrestleMania weekend 06.
Ooh.
This is the place where they had the big Dragon Gate 6 man that got 5 stars. And the same venue that we will eventually watch my favorite match of Ring of Honor of all time. Roderick Strong v. Bryan Danielson on the 5th of November 2005. We're actually coming around to the time where we can actually post all clips saying we filmed this on this day. JJ, I might let you start to post some clips out,
Nah. I got 2 kids, mate.
I got 1.
Exactly, you got twice the time I do.
He's a handful though. I mean, I say that like cassette isn't fucking hell. Wow.
Penny had some hefty jabs this week and has been handling it like a champ, but she's still been tough. She just wouldn't eat dinner tonight. All she would do is be cuddled. If you put her down, she just screamed, wouldn't eat dinner. Got to about 6:15 and she was just falling asleep in my arms. So just had to take her to the bar, let her chill in the bar for a bit, and then put her to bed. She just was not having it. Those jabs hit hard.
Lorraine's found a new series on Netflix, which is Tiny Lies, which is a documentary series on premature babies. So she's been completely smothering the child. Yeah. You forget we were in intensive care for 11 weeks.
Yeah, you guys were there for some time.
And thank you guys. I'd come back and get a coach band here, but film a podcast. And that was a wonderful escape for 3-4 hours. I think if I remember correctly, I would drink a lot of gin.
Yep.
I do recall there were some nights.
Nice forearm.
You plus JJ on the gin.
I missed JJ on the gin. He was hilarious.
Gold.
I remember it was filming with something once, and then we stayed on and watched Dynamite, and that's when JJ really turned into Jay Lethal properly. No, fuck him. He's a cunt. Well, Joseph, We'll edit it
I
out.
actually don't think that JJ has a problem with Jay Lethal. I think your problem was, correct me if I'm wrong, I think your problem was the way that they were building him or introducing him like he was somebody that we didn't already know.
No,
Great fundamentals.
It was partly that, yeah, they were bringing in this like guy who's only ever really been a mid-carder. Okay, he was a world champion in TNA, but whatever, like he's mid-card for life. And it's like there's so many other people out there that are better and don't also come with the controversy that Jay Lethal comes with.
Yeah, he's been,
they brought him in.
Been accused of certain things, and
I understand, like he's a good hand, but they've already got a huge roster. Like, do they need another good hand on the roster?
That's a gorgeous German suplex. But that lovely bit. I mean, the thing is, right? So, Jay was obviously in Ric Flair's last match, right? Mm-hmm. Conrad on his podcast has come out and said he's the most professional I've ever dealt with. He turn up early, do any promo work, and do all this PR stuff. Great. And again, he's a big Flair fan, right? He's shared some of my stuff before. Always very good to us on Twitter and the like. He's just very boring. He can be like a good hand and professional, but great drop kick. I'd watch Alex Shelley every day of the week rather than Jay Lethal.
I think that there's a place for everybody.
Even like sex offenders are. Alleged.
Oh my God. You know what? I'm going to stop because I forgot about that. So
that's why that was a big part of the reason why
that's why JJ was not a fan.
Actually, you guys are the ones who told me about it. I didn't know before recently. So you know what?
Yeah.
Lissy, eat your words.
And you mentioned like, okay, so out of context, you imagine young women starting in the wrestling companies being extremely vulnerable. Bad practice, but you know.
Yeah.
We can't really say anything without. I mean, nobody watches this anyway. Thank God. Otherwise,
I mean, who were his victims?
So it
alleged.
Was Taylor Hendricks said that
alleged
she was
victims.
Taylor Hendricks said that she was taken off TV. Ring of Honor.
Okay, sorry, I don't know her, but I'm listening.
I don't remember the exact results, but it said that she was taken off TV after refusing to sleep with him.
Okay, got it. And can I tell you, as a woman who is very lightly involved in the wrespling business,
you're in the business.
No, I'm barely involved. Okay, I just show up. I, especially as someone who's trying to like actually like create a name for yourself and create some status backstage, I can't imagine how she would feel. Because I mean, like I just look at myself, right? Like I do my interviews, I ring announce, whatever, and everybody in
But that's not your career, Lissy.
No, that's what I'm saying. But everyone where I work is wonderful, and I've never had so far I've never had a problem. But what I'm saying is like I love doing what I'm doing, but I'm not like, oh my God, if I don't do this, I don't have something else to fall back on or something
pressure.
like that.
Yeah.
So like for someone that's a young, a young lady just trying to get bookings and move up in the business, especially like in your company, I can't imagine like what that pressure feels like, because you're like, oh shit, I'm dead to these people now.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like a common thing, right? Men in positions of power, abusing it for their own personal injury. Like Vince has got how many lawsuits now? No, he's paid off how many people? 6, 7.
The one that you guys sent me, the extra, the one that was just found recently, the additional one was crazy.
Which one was that? Was one 5?
There was 4 initially, and then there was like the 5th one that came out.
Are we trying to work it out? Which the one that a girl was sent to back down to Ohio Valley Wrestling?
It's just too much. It's just too much.
Look at that reverse
run. The thing to say as well, like with what you were saying about someone being in that position as a young woman in wrestling, like also when people read those stories, they're like, well, so-and-so didn't actually do anything. He just, wanted to sleep with someone and didn't. They didn't actually do anything wrong, right? But
it's not like that.
It is a lot. It's a lot being a woman in that position, and it's a lot. And I think people just don't think about the actual ramifications of these things that happen. Like, this woman has worked hard to build a career, to do something, and through no fault of her own, she's lost all of that because of a man behaving in a fucking horrible way, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason why there's such a taint behind Will Ospreay is, I think he's a very good friend of his. I don't know, had something to do with a girl who was in a similar position, and either when she complained or brought awareness to it, him and his then girlfriend, Bea Priestley, I think, who's the NXT UK something else now, made sure the girl was blackballed from any company that he was involved in, allegedly. So again, you forget the power that people in certain positions have once they have tenure and a name, and
the wrestling world is a very small place.
And the same thing as well, that isn't isolated to the wrestling business.
No, it's the world, but like the wrestling business, obviously we know is a very small place too, right? Like, you can't just
banking,
be like
gaming, iGaming.
It's the banking world is this big. I'm sure the gaming world is just as small. Once you get a name, that's forever. Like, you can't run from it. So stuff.
I guess all we can hope is that these shitty stories that these brave women spoke about in the speaking out movement have made things better for women in the wrestling industry. And it's nice to hear you say, Lissy, that in all of the interactions you've had, everyone's been awesome and you've not had any issues.
This is the big deal, by the way. So Mark's got like PTSD because he messed us up last time. Look at the crowd going nuts. Here comes Chris Sabin. Sorry to deflect the mood.
No, it's fine. I know. I love when we talk about serious topics, but it's
true. It's just it's disappointing, but it's hard bad, to be. But you are hopeful it is getting better.
I work in two male-dominated industries, and it's the parallels are crazy because like
women who thrive in male-dominated industries generally have the thickest of thick skin.
Yeah,
to the point where they will take on the. And so you can take on the world almost.
That too.
But I went back and watched an episode of Dark Side of the Ring on the plane ride from hell, I think last week.
Ooh, that one was tough.
I had somebody flashed Terry Runnels. I can't remember who it was. This spot's insane, by the way.
That was a great drop kick.
And then Dustin
and someone said to just don't sell it.
Don't sell.
And then same with Goldust came over like, oh my god, air raid crash. It's his finish. Look at the crowd.
Wow.
1, 2.
I think I'm a couple of seconds ahead of you.
Are you okay?
Like he's never seen it before.
I know. Honestly, exactly.
Like, JJ, again, we've got to go back up. 2006, the Embassy was so great. Can't remember the name of that finish.
The Unpressier.
What do you call that? But yeah, Goldust got drunk and announced his undying love for it, right?
That was a tough time for her.
That's hard to watch.
I don't know how listen, if I was on that flight, first of all, they were, if I recall, they were on they were waiting to take off for hours, weren't they?
They were, sorry?
They were waiting to take off for hours.
They were on they had pulled off from the gate and they were waiting to take off for hours, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, and it was a free bar, and so I think it was an Insurrection debut in Birmingham, and
yeah, they were coming back from the UK, right?
Yeah, it was a 7-hour flight. Oh, what's this called? Not throat cutter.
What is this?
Oh, watch this for a finish.
Let's go.
Oh.
Big. And
Look at the again. How tight you hook the leg. Brilliant. What a fucking match, man. Oh, superb. Anyway, JJ, yeah, 2006, the Embassy. Oh, such silly shit that shouldn't work. So Stokely Hathaway is a modern day agent of version of Prince Nana. Prince Nana was brilliant.
And we've seen him a little bit on AEW TV of late.
And I feel really harsh because Jimmy Rave, who was brilliant in his role, I tweet out like complimenting him all the time. And he messaged a few times saying, thanks if you plug my PayPal, I've got a few medical expenses. Yeah, no problem, pal. He was actually in secret, a quadriplegic. He got gangrene.
Wow. Really?
Whilst in hospital about 6 months ago. And had to have both legs amputated.
Oh my God.
He ended up committing suicide about 6 weeks ago.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm so sad to hear this.
And you look back and go, that's so sad.
Fucking A. My God.
Yeah, shout out to Jimmy Rave.
What did he get? Like a staph infection or something? Usually
He got, I think, a staph infection and gangrene, and he had to have both legs. He had both arms eventually, both. He definitely had both legs amputated. That was.
Oh.
When you're a professional wrestler, right? It's just, what do you do? And Jimmy Rave, people forget, Jimmy Rave had a huge feud with AJ Styles in 2004. He had the feud with Punk before he became the champion in 2005. And the Embassy was brilliant. Jimmy Rave and Alex Shelley with Prince Nana. So, JJ, if were you happy with that wrestling match? Would you watch more of this?
Happily.
Is it better than Mid-Atlantic Wrestling from 1986?
It was a great match.
Please,
I mean,
no more.
That's what you're always saying. Obviously not.
No more 1987 wrestling, please.
87? I said 86.
Whatever. I don't care. Whatever was the bad year, I don't want to watch it. And no more Raw from 1994 either.
Yeah, 98 or later only.
Look at that. Nice handshakes. Look at the respect. Oh, look at the selling from Alex.
Look at that.
So,
Alex,
Jackie, are you excited to see the Motor City Machine Guns back in AEW?
I'm not exaggerating. When I saw the thing on the book, I thought two guys, and I'm expecting Sanjay Dutt and the guy. I was at work this morning again trying to watch it. Like, do you know when you maneuver your screen so no one can see it? And I think over the Titantron, I actually went, wow. I want to tag match. Honestly, FTR against the Machine Guns.
Has that happened before? It must have done, right? Has that match happened before? Somewhere?
No.
Wow. Okay.
The Guns have never been in WWE. FTR came from the Indies in 2012 to NXT, right?
Yeah, but I didn't know if they'd met in the Indies before.
No, never.
Right, okay. Kind of crazy.
It'll be great.
I mean, if they could, I think they're both signed to Impact Wrestling. What a year for FTR, right? If you can face the Briscoes, the Bucks, and the Machine. Oh, Lacey. Before you got on the call, right, I was saying to Lissy that Lacey was in my little emo phase of my life, like being a 19-year-old. Lacey was the one.
I have no idea who
they had a handful of women around this time. They had Lacey, they had Daisy Hayes,
Jade Chung.
They had Mercedes. Mercedes Martinez has been around for a while. She was
cheerleader Melissa.
Cheerleader Melissa.
First of the Shimmer champion, Sarah Del Rey. Oh, Colt 45. Man, Lacey
anyway,
was so hot. Lacey,
we're not watching the main event, are we?
The guy there is now the head of talent relations at New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's Rocky Romero.
Oh wow! I didn't.
And Roderick Strong
him.
on the left.
Yeah. I didn't recognize Rocky. That was a ride.
Roddy turned heel He turned heel on Austin Aries at Final Battle 06. They've just been tag team champions for basically like a year. And Roderick was an horrendous heel because he couldn't cut a promo. God love him.
What's Roddy even up to these days?
Strong.
So he formed a stable with Rocky Romero and Davey Richards called, Davey Richards.
I mean now.
Called the No Remorse Corps.
I meant now. He's still on NXT.
Hey, we all sliding. We all sliding.
No? Am I getting no so?
Fucking A. No, Jack snuck one in there. Go ahead.
I heard Jack. I just carried on and breezed right past it.
What have I done?
Don't sell it, Lissy. Don't sell it.
No sell. Don't sell it.
Don't sell it.
Oh my god.
So he's in
He's going to post a photo of his girlfriend having a great time. Right. Anyway, we don't have to watch this, by the way. This is just the next match. This is the main event, extra. I think.
We're not carrying on through, are we?
No, we're not. We're just hanging out.
We're done. Sick of following you.
All right, good. That was good.
So we're going to watch some more Briscoes from like the good old days.
Lovely.
The good old boys in the good old days.
Good old boys.
Lucy's showing you her necklace there.
No, I wasn't.
Don't tell you all her government name.
It's so
you guys
funny.
have been missing a big E on your television. Lucy's here.
It's so funny. People are like, why does what does that stand for? And I'm just like, my real name.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, when I was having it made, like an L doesn't fit the same way on it. Like an E is, proper.
I mean, my first name and my second name are the same. So Jack Jacob, John Jacobs. I mean, we both take a couple of J's out there and we're fine.
I feel like your surname's Milner.
Double J.
Yeah. We've not even talked about Ric Flair's last match.
Oh, don't. I'm not going to.
Do we have to? I thought we tried, and
we did. We did speak about it last time.
We tried to. It was hard. It's hard.
I've actually gone back and watched it now. I mean, fair folks, Jeff Jarrett was tremendous.
Yes.
Jeff Jarrett was brilliant in his role.
Karen Jarrett too.
Yeah, she was like the Vicky Guerrero from 15 years ago.
God, we could just talk about Dom versus Rhea Ripley. Like, surely that would be more exciting.
Watch what?
We could talk about Dom versus Rhea Ripley. Dominic Mysterio.
Right. So I haven't watched it. I've just seen clips of her basically carrying him around like a small child.
It's getting really weird.
Is that it?
She's trying to turn Dom into a sub. That's all I got.
What's a sub?
All right. Like a 6-inch sandwich.
It's Rhea Ripley, like the ultimate daddy Dom, basically.
You don't know what that is, Jack?
No, well, I hope he does. I hope he's joking.
Do you know what it is, Lissy?
Oh, okay. No, I'm a woman of the world.
I've been on Fit Life. Don't worry about me. I'm fine.
Okay.
And if kids, you want to know about that, Google it. You'll see what it's about.
Or just watch 50 Shades of Grey. No problem.
I like the fact that is Rhea Ripley now like an icon in like the
LGBTQI.
Yeah, like all the memes about her being like the absolute peak, like
tread softly.
I don't know what to say this.
Tread softly.
Yeah, people are it's like all the memes created, right? Like she's the ultimate alpha lesbian, right?
She's heterosexual.
Just make her a bad person. Is she? Oh, she's seen Buddy Murphy.
That's why I said tread.
Oh no, that was Alexa Bliss. No, sorry.
But you don't have. You can be heterosexual and still be an icon in the community.
I know, but I knew Jack. I knew where Jack was going. I knew he was getting close. No. She. I don't know if they're still together, but she was dating. His name has escaped me. a gentleman who's a wrestler on the independent circuit up until recently, I believe. I don't know if they're still together, but that I recently saw some
How do you know
photos.
he's a gentleman?
A male.
Does he have doors open for you? Oh, right.
She's
I mean,
just Buddy Murphy.
Rhea looks
Yeah.
terrifying and sexy at the same time. So all the credit in the world to her.
Good save.
But I mean, I've got no interest in Dominic Mysterio at all. So
she does. Like one of my friends used to say, scared is the best way to be horny.
I met, you know what, the guy, one of my favorite guys from Rock Culture, Adam Cleary.
Yeah.
He's on about Alexa Bliss last year, saying the Fiend is not the first person to get taken in by a girlie with pigtails and heavy black eyeshadow, and he won't be the last. And I can relate to that. And you know, we all go through phases, but never mind.
Phases. And on that note,
I mean, emo, dickhead. You're trying to trip me up, right? Look, I'm not going to be sued. I'm not. Look, I'm not
yeah, just tread softly, please.
You know, I used to actually go and talk on the telly. Can you believe that?
No,
I really can't sometimes.
I can't either. Long time ago. What are we talking about next week? Listen, are you around now? Are you still jet setting, high flying son of a gun, or?
I don't know. I might be back in London next week. Let's see how we do.
Why? What's his name?
And the show is over.
JJ, we're going to the pool on Monday.
I don't think I can do swimming
can
pools.
help.
Both of them on my own.
Go to the pool. Go to the
Adults, 3
pool.
kids.
Jack will help you. Uncle Jack.
Uncle Jack, that sounds so creepy.
We'll sync offline because no one gives a shit about this.
God, that's what Lorraine says to me. It's terrifying. All right, from Lissy Almeida, Jack Milner, and John Jacob. We'll see you all next week. By the way, it's the 20-year anniversary of SummerSlam 2002. Go out and watch it. Rey Mysterio, Kurt Angle in the opener.
We missed SummerSlam 1992.
Watch it next week. Bonus episode on the Patreon. We don't have a Patreon. Never mind. Bye.